Breaking Light is an existential drama thriller where two characters are caught in a time loop.
Some of the themes that we'll be looking at within this film are cause and effect, God and science, and free will and determinism.
I'm Elliot Round, I am the director and visual effects supervisor.
I'm Rowan Anderson and I'm the producer of this film.
And behind the camera we have Siobhan Brennan. We have a wonderful crew of 7. We have a brilliant director of photography, a wonderful scriptwriter,
and an editor and a composer.
The whole film is driven by binary oppositions, God and science, man and nature, and this can also be seen within the characters. Robert, a convicted criminal, has found God and wishes to repent and show people that he has changed by being selfless and caring. On the other hand, we have George, a man of science who has lost his family in a horrific car accident and has now become extremely selfish. One of the grounding concepts within the film is that of determinism, a belief and philosophy that all events are determined by prior causes. This is to say that everyone's actions are as a result of previous events that have led them to this outcome. In short, the universe and everything within it is a complex chain of dominoes which are going to run their course. This opens up many interesting questions surrounding the ideas of free will and whether or not we can be held accountable for our actions if they are destined to happen. To look deeper at these ideas of cause and effect and the moral responsibilities surrounding them, the film is structured in a loop instead of a conventional linear narrative. For this reason, the film uses elements of time travel, however, we wish to stay as far away as possible from the typical generic conventions of the science fiction genre. Time is a natural occurrence, yet often when it is used unconventionally within a narrative, it falls into the science fiction genre. We don't want to do that. The characters are not controlling of the time travel, instead it is represented as a natural anomaly which they are stuck in. This allows us to stay away from this science fiction genre and focus heavily upon the characters and the way in which they develop through the film as a result of the events that they are stuck in. The film is not defined by the time travel, it is merely a state that the narrative is set within, the same way a film might be set in a specific location. Robert is in the forest where he accidentally scares a moose which runs into the road. A car then swerves to avoid it and ends up crashing horrifically into a tree. Robert's childhood friend George, who he has not seen since Robert went to prison for manslaughter and drunk driving, happens by chance to be driving down this road and also sees the crash. Robert becomes sick with guilt, feeling responsible for the death of this family by scaring the moose into the road. Having found God in prison, Robert comes to the conclusion that this crash and this looping in time is a way in which God is testing him in order to prove he has changed and he can repent for what he has done. He becomes delusioned by this and tries over and over to stop this crash from happening. Overall, the film is a metaphor for the ways in which these two characters are dealing with events in their past.
We had over 50 actors apply for the roles of George and Rob, 14 of which we auditioned.
It was great to see them bring the characters to life.
We've tried! Nothing changes. The deer will always run into the road. I mean, it's meant to. But I am out of this, okay? I want nothing to do with it. I am out!
It's just, you can't change it. We can't change things. We can't change this. This is always going to happen. It's done. Fuck up. We're not going to change anything. You're going to change it. How? Explain to me how you're going to change it.
Let me in, please. Please let me explain. I was walking through the forest. I heard a noise. There was a deer. I must have startled it and it just... Oh shit. What? I startled it.
Please, I'm begging you. Please hear me out. I was by the lake. I went into the forest to take him over, and it ran off.
We have managed to keep the budget as small as possible by negotiating with rental companies and locations. However, to complete this project, we are still going to need to raise £2,500.
35% of this budget will be spent on the camera department, 11% on actors, 5.9% on lighting, 15% on travel, 9.8% on props, 10% on sound, and 13% on contingency. Any donation will be hugely appreciated, small or large. Thank you.